Hi, I'm TJ with Living in the Way. Welcome to our daily prayer podcast. Let's start today by going to God in His Word. Today we'll be reading out of the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verses 15 through 31. So when you see the abomination of desolation spoken about by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. Then those in Judea must flee to the mountains. The one on the roof must not come down to take anything out of his house, and the one in the field must not turn back to get his cloak. Woe to those who are pregnant, and to those who are nursing their babies in those days. Pray that your flight may not be in winter or on Sabbath. For then there will be great suffering, unlike anything that has happened from the beginning of the world until now, or ever will happen. And if those days had not been cut short, no one would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. Then if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Christ," or "There he is," do not believe him, for false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Remember, I have told you ahead of time. So then if someone says to you, "Look, he is in the wilderness," do not go out, or "Look, he is in the inner rooms," do not believe him. For just like the lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so the coming of the Son of Man will be. Wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. Immediately after the suffering of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven will be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and all the tribes of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man arriving on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, and he will send his angels with a loud trumpet blast, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now let's go to God in prayer. I invite you to take the next 60 seconds with me as the music plays to express thanksgiving and gratitude to God for all He has done for you. Now let's take the next 60 seconds and bring our requests, worries, and concerns to God. Now let's take 60 seconds and seek God's forgiveness for any sins we have committed, and to forgive those who may have sinned against us. Now let's wait in silence together, asking God to speak to us. Teach me to seek you, and as I seek you, show yourself to me. For I cannot seek you unless you show me how, and I will never find you unless you show yourself to me. Let me seek you by desiring you, and desire you by seeking you. Let me find you by loving you, and love you in finding you. Amen. Let's go out and live in the way of Jesus.